Thursday Thunder, again. As per usual, this episode is brought to you by Australian Muscle and Australian Muscle the Gym. Check us out online at australianmuscle.com.au. Adrian.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. Really good. Great.
I'm a bit pissed off.
Why?
Well, last night, was the most incredible lunar experience of the last 30 or 40 years.
Cloud cover.
And as you know, I'm into photography.
Yes.
And Adelaide had chronic cloud cover.
What happened last time?
Actually, it ended up being that something like 60% of Australia was under cloud cover. There wasn't many places where you were able to see it.
Yeah.
Queensland, Brisbane was raining apparently. Mm-hmm. Some parts of Sydney. I've seen some good photos, but it was
annoying.
It was so deep, the cloud cover, that you couldn't even see a silhouette of a moon. Yeah,
no. When I was like, my mum was just like, "Oh, there's a moon. Don't like the cloud cover. You won't be able to see it."
Yeah.
And she just sort of shut it down.
So that was a little bit annoying.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yep.
What have you been up to?
Well, what have I been up to? Same thing I do every week. I
Yeah.
just look after the gym, make sure it doesn't burn down, keep everyone intact, and goes good. It's actually a year today.
It is too. Congratulations. It is 1 year today that you started working here at Australian Muscle the Gym.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you're still here working. That's encouraging sign, isn't it?
Hasn't burnt down.
No, I did tell you on that first day that don't let the place burn down.
There's not much thing you can set fire to anyway. But that's sort of a shell circuit. But that's about it. But it's been good.
Last weekend, we had the ICN Get Stage Ready seminar on Sunday when it was, as I was driving to the venue, IN Industry Gym in the city, the temperature in my car said 44 degrees. And I sort of thought nobody's going to come out to the seminar, but we had nearly 50 people rock up, which was really good. Big thanks to Lincoln and his crew at IN Industry Gym in Light Square in the city for hosting us. While it was really, really hot, even in the gym it was really, really hot, the seminar went down really well. So it was good to see so many, and just about all of those people were first-time competitors. So it was really good.
Was there a good ratio of men to women, or was it more?
Look, there's always going to be a higher ratio because bikini and fitness competitors make up most of the 60% of the show. So, but this was at the seminar was a good ratio of men and women. Yes. Good. Entries are starting to come in, which is really good. And so far, all the entries that I do have are all for the bodybuilding show.
Good. Even better.
Yeah. So the bikini and fitness girls, they always wait until the last minute because they've got to wait until their abs pop. Yeah,
they got to wait until their coach says they're ready.
Yeah. So. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
We have a fair bit to talk about today.
I think this might be a good episode because we've had a few things that have been brought up to our attention this week regarding just general health and wellness and everything else. So we'll just talk about a few things. The first thing I want to talk about is sodium.
It's delicious.
And this came about because I was serving some guy in the shop last week, and he picked up a protein powder, and we were talking about what's in the protein powder, etc. And then he goes, "Oh my God, it's got like 150 milligrams of sodium per serve." And I went, "Right." And he goes, "Well, isn't that a lot?" And I'm going, "No, why do you think it's a lot?" "Oh, it sounds like a lot."
Milligram.
Yeah. So, before we start, Adrian, quickly, grab a protein from there.
Done.
All right. How much sodium per serve? So, what's the serving size?
Serving size is 32 grams.
How much sodium per serve?
220 milligrams.
220 milligrams.
Or as it says it actually has to recommend like the daily intake. 6% of your daily intake.
6% of your daily intake. So, that is not a lot.
No.
So if you have 2 serves of that a day, you're going to get 12% of your daily intake. Now, but what is the recommended daily intake? Now, I've been doing a bit of research on this the last couple of days, and here's a few facts about sodium. All right. It is recommended that you take no less than 1,500 milligrams a day.
Yep.
And no more than 2,300 milligrams a day. So, based on that, which was 220,
220.
440, 2,000 milligrams of A.
So 10 servings. If you have 10 servings of that protein,
you'll reach your maximum sodium intake for the day just from that protein. All right, not from anything else in the food. So based on that, the sodium that's in your protein powder is not a lot.
No.
And it's not going to really make a huge impact. You've got to look at other things, which I'll talk about sodium. So let's continue on about facts about sodium. So 1,500 milligrams, 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day is the recommended dose. No more than 2.3 grams.
Yep.
All right. What do you reckon the average person gets?
Well, everyone loves bacon. Now,
bacon.
100 grams of bacon contains, I think, 1,800 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah.
That's 100 grams.
Yeah.
And if I have bacon, I'm not having 100 grams.
No.
I'm saying people are probably hitting above, like well above that.
All
if
right.
you look into...
They reckon the average sodium intake is about 3,500 milligrams a day. So people are generally taking about 1.2 grams over the recommended dose. Now, they're not taking it as in adding salt into their food. Some are. It's mainly in the food that you eat.
Yeah.
So, and if you're eating a lot of processed foods, canned foods, things like that, sodium is usually added to it as a preservative.
Yep,
They add salt as a preservative. Enhanced flavors, etc., and things like that. So the more ham, salamis, and things like that you eat, your sodium intake is going to be a lot higher.
And if you're from a Mediterranean descent, well, half our food is sodium.
Yeah.
It's all sodium.
Me personally, the only thing I add salt to physically in my day's nutrition is when I have eggs.
Yeah.
I'll get my salt grinder and I'll add some salt. But really, that would be... It wouldn't even be a gram. No, how much would it be?
Near.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be half a gram. You're just sprinkling salt on, you know. All right, what is the side effect of high sodium intake? Generally, the main increase is blood pressure.
Yeah.
And that's why your doctor will tell you to cut back on sodium, is if you have high blood pressure, or you've got too much sodium, right? And that increases blood pressure by binding water, which is then comes to bodybuilding comps, sodium and water retention. But that's a totally different story. We won't even talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. How much sodium is in table salt, do you reckon?
Oh, 40%.
Oh, how did you know that? Yeah, so your table salt that you have, even your Himalayan salt and all that stuff, it's not 100% sodium.
That's what I think a lot of people believe as well, like their salt is just sodium.
Yeah, it's not. It's only 40%. So less than half. The other 60% is chloride.
Yeah.
And hence why it's sort of it's called sodium chloride salt. Yeah. So 1,500 milligrams of sodium is equivalent to 3.75 grams of salt.
And that is a lot of salt.
That's a lot of salt.
That's about a teaspoon.
Your maximum daily intake, 2,300 milligrams, is 6 grams of salt, which is a big, giant heap teaspoon.
Yeah.
Like really big, giant heap teaspoon. All right? All right, moving on. What happens if you reduce your sodium? Well, generally your blood pressure will be lower because of that water binding. Is there too low sodium?
Yes, there is. Definitely can.
Like
sodium.
everything that we consume or use, there is either a too high thing or too low.
Yeah. Sodium also drives insulin and glycogen as well. It's a very important mineral, so I don't think anyone's really cut it out of their diet. No,
and that's where people then go, I'm having no salt and no sodium, rah. Well, there is problems with that. Too low sodium can actually increase bad cholesterol.
Yep, LDL.
And it can increase insulin resistance, which means that you're more prone to putting on body fat.
Yeah, your body can't produce insulin to take out blood sugar.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
No.
Don't take out sodium.
No.
Yeah.
No. So don't be, be wary of your sodium intake, but don't be fussed by what, you know, the 120 to 200 milligrams of sodium per serve that your protein shake has. It's incredible how people come along and they'll look at a protein shake and go, oh my God, this has got 6 grams of carbs per serve. Jesus, I can't, that's like biscuit crumbs, you know?
Yeah.
But then they're not worried about the massive meal they're having with potatoes and rice and everything else, and not counting the carbs. Understand what I'm trying to say?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll look at these little nitty things on protein powders to make them look like they're bad things, but they're not. And adding to that, nobody adds salt into the protein powders. Sodium is the naturally occurring element in whey protein.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why if you've ever tried pure whey, it's disgusting. It's salty.
Yeah. So there we go. So don't stress about the little things in your protein shake.
I wouldn't say that sounds very philosophical.
If you're going to be worried about your sodium intake, well, Jesus, look at all the rest of the food you eat during the day.
Yeah.
Eliminate processed foods, especially, and reduce your sodium intake like that.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. All right?
Yeah.
So there you go. That's
Sodium's done and dusted.
sodium. We're
Okay.
finished.
Done. Finito. Gonna say that sounds very philosophical. You're like, don't worry about the little thing. Focus on the big picture.
Well, it is, yeah. So I'll cross that
Done.
off our list. All right, speaking of protein powders, Adrian,
Yeah.
what's the lowest calorie protein powder we got here?
Whatever has the smallest serving size, primarily.
Oh, really? But I look at some protein powders and they'll have like 250 grams per serve, and others will have 110 grams per serve.
Did you look at the serving size?
No.
No. See, no one does. If you look at a serving of a protein, like a whey protein isolate, for instance, their serving size is roughly 30 grams. And then you've got other companies, other brands, like we got the lowest calorie, but you look at their, oh, okay, it's a 20 gram serving size.
I still can't believe this goes on in this industry that people market protein powder. And I still see it, you know. Our protein powder has got less than 100 calories per serve.
It contains
That's
20
because it's going to be only 20 grams served.
Yeah.
Or 25 at the most. How much protein, how many calories per protein? Gram?
Four calories per gram, so
Yeah.
20 grams.
It's going to be less than 25 grams served to give you under 100 calories.
Yeah.
See that weight gainer there? It's
Yeah.
got heaps of carbs in it. I can make that 100 calorie serve.
Yeah. Do you have a teaspoon?
Yeah.
That is the lowest. This is now officially the lowest calorie protein
Exactly
per
right.
5 gram serving size.
Yeah. So people just think and don't get hooked into that sort of
No.
hype. It shouldn't. I still can't believe it happens, but it does.
Also, the little trick you can use, you can increase, say, ISO 100 serving, like serving size per tub. It's about 60. If you take half a serve,
Exactly right.
and you get, guess what? Half the calories.
Exactly
In
right.
that you get 62 calories per half serve.
Yep. There
So,
you go.
carry on.
All right.
We can cross that one off.
Cross that one off. All right. Vegans.
No, that we don't mean that in a bad way.
No,
But-
we're not ragging on vegans.
No, definitely not.
No, but this was an interesting article that I actually came across, and it's to do with creatine.
Yeah.
So, where do we get creatine from?
Creatine is a non-essential amino, so our body produces it naturally in the liver around 1 gram a day, but it's manufactured from 3 aminos: arginine, methionine, and lysine.
Where do I get those aminos from?
From
What
foods.
food? What food?
Just not
Basically.
any food. Any food contains those particular meats.
Meat.
Dairy.
Meat, mainly.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
contain-
why meat has always been said, eat meat makes you stronger.
Yeah.
In the old days, you know, the old day bodybuilders said, eat lots of red meat, makes you stronger. That's because your body synthesizes these 3 amino acids are really high. Arginine, glycine, and methionine are really high in red meat, which then helps your body synthesize creatine. You need those 3 amino acids. What don't vegans eat?
They don't eat meat.
They don't eat meat, which means
They don't get creatine.
they don't get a lot of creatine. Now, this article was aimed at even a non-athletic vegans.
Yeah.
Yeah, saying that if you're a vegan, you should be supplementing with creatine.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 to 3 grams a day minimum. If you're an athlete creatine, well then you should take what normal people,
5
bodybuilders,
grams.
5 to 10 grams
Yeah.
a day. Yeah, because creatine is involved in the Krebs cycle, makes ATP basically. But creatine, your brain also uses ATP as a fuel.
Yeah, yes it does.
Yeah. So it will help in contractile energy and mental alertness and everything. So
And a
if you
mood stabilizer as well, which is
Exactly.
really great, which would explain a fair bit.
Ooh. Did you see that video of the vegans
I did.
crashing the restaurant?
Yeah, and I guarantee they were wearing cotton.
All right, that's
let's
anyway.
stuff.
Anyway,
Okay.
if you are a vegan, really seriously look at supplementing with creatine. 1 to 3 grams a day. Creatine is really cheap. You can buy 500 grams of creatine for $30.
Yeah, and a kilo for $49.95.
Kilo for $50. That's basically you're taking 1 gram a day. It's 1,000 days.
Yeah. That's over 3 years.
That's over 3 years, you know. But really, just take 3 grams a
good
day.
investment.
Even $50 is going to give you like 6 months
Yeah.
worth of creatine. You know. So really, vegans,
Yeah.
you know, don't be dicks.
Yeah, just
But also take creatine. Yeah.
I'll just read this from an excerpt we have here. Many of these effects are stronger in vegetarians than most meat eaters. For example, vegetarians taking creatine supplements may experience significant improvements in brain function, while meat eaters see no difference.
That's because we are already getting that creatine. Yeah. So we're getting that ATP supply to the brain,
Yeah.
so we don't get that feeling, whereas a vegan would. Yes.
Yeah. And again, we're not trying to rip on anyone with a vegan diet. We know
No.
a lot of vegetarians, vegans. We're just saying creatine is a very, very beneficial
Yes.
supplement you should definitely take.
Yeah, and not just for athletic performance. There's
for
been
brain
more and more research showing that creatine is a good supplement for anybody.
Yes, bone density, anti-aging, skin health, everything. It's been over 50 years.
It's all there.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as a nutshell, creatine is a bioactive compound that is lacking in vegan and vegetarian diets, plays an important role in brain and muscle function. All right? Supplement with creatine.
Yeah.
Finished?
Yep.
Done.
Cool.
Cool. The TGA's at it again.
Oh yeah. They found a new one to pick on this time.
Yeah, look, I did see this on the list already last October, that it was being investigated.
Yep.
And what we are talking about is Phenibut. Where do we find Phenibut, Adrian?
In most sleep formulas.
Sleep
It is a
formulas.
very powerful sleep formula in its raw, pure form,
Yes.
but also quite difficult to get in its raw, pure form.
So the TGA has put a ban on Phenibut, which means pretty well all the sleep formulas that you see on the market will be gone once they're sold.
Yeah.
We don't have to pull them off the shelf. It's not a Schedule 10 as such, which means that even the importers can sell out of their stock. So there might be some stocks available for a couple of months
Yep.
still, but once it's gone, it's gone. So if you are out and need some sleep formulas, get in now. We already, the importer has run out of fade out.
Yeah.
So Redcorn 1 fade out, we can't get any more. We can still get, however, Blackstone Labs anesthetize, which I placed an order for yesterday. So we got some of that still coming in, and Oxy Sleep and a few others. Why did they put it on the schedule, on a schedule, and is banned now? Look, Phenibut, in its raw form, you know, I mean, 3 grams of Phenibut can kill you.
Oh yeah.
You know, the amount that's in a sleep formula is very, very tiny.
Like 10
you know?
milligrams.
Yeah, it's not a lot, and it's very effective at those doses. But in its raw form, which has always been banned, I don't think you've been able to get, you know. But I suppose you were able to import it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but
what it is.
in its raw form, it can be a lethal product. You know, I've used. I can remember when. Can you remember when the first sleep formula was that GH Blast?
I used that,
Yeah.
and I got some crazy vivid dreams.
Yeah, well, when it came out, we had Dorian Yates came as a visit in conjunction. I don't know if you can remember. We had Dorian Yates at our shop.
I do remember.
We had a
that.
barbecue and everything, and I was talking to Dorian, and he was saying, you know, oh yeah, you know, want to get a really good sleep, take 2 scoops. And I took 2 scoops of this stuff, and the next morning, man, I couldn't wake up. Like,
No.
yeah,
You wake up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, and you are groggy. You couldn't stand up.
So it is a powerful compound, and I can sort of understand why they've done it, but at the same time,
it's pretty stupid to take 3 grams pure.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is because we're being governed by stupid people.
Yeah.
Our whole society is governed by stupid people. All our rules are made because of stupid people, and pretty well everything that the government makes their decisions is based on the minority / stupid people.
Yeah, I mean, we're only as fast as our slowest runner.
Yeah.
So the stupid people...
Again, we digress and we can go into politics. Yeah. But stupid people, stop getting stuff banned.
Yeah.
Like...
I'm going to inject protein right into my eyeball.
Anyway, I've crossed that off.
Yeah. Next.
I'll start getting angry soon, and then I'm going to really start ranting and raving.
That's going to be great.
All right, I want to go into a feel-good story. Roger Federer.
Great tennis player.
Look, I'd say Roger Federer is one of the greatest athletes in the world, regardless of any sport or anything. For him to keep doing, if you think about it, what he's doing, he's approaching 40 years old.
Yeah.
He's still winning tennis at the highest level. So he's looking after his body really well.
He must take creatine.
Maybe, yeah. So he's got a good support team. But what I want to talk about Federer is I watched the game on Sunday night, and he won in 5 sets, which is a terrific game of tennis. I'm not a huge fan of tennis, but I always tend to watch the finals because my missus is a tennis nut, so we have to watch the tennis. But what I saw when he won at the end, when he was accepting his award, he was so emotional. He was barely holding it together. And what it showed to me was that he plays the game for the love of the game. Yeah. Like he still loves the game. And I bet you if the prize money was only $50, he would still be there because he likes winning and likes playing the game. And where am I going with this? Well, I'm just going, this can apply to weight training. I see so many people, I want to start training because I want abs, And if you don't love the process, well, you're going to struggle to reach your goals.
Very much so.
So my little philosophy today is find something that you love doing. We always talk about how much we love training. Yeah.
Some days you don't like it, but
but you still do it, and in the end you go, fuck, that was awesome, And I love not training. Like yesterday was our non-training day. It was really good, but today I'm itching to get back into the gym, and lift some weights. So, but I thought it was just really awesome. Federer, he was pretty cool, and he would have to be, you'd have to put him right up there as one of the greatest athletes in the world, in the history of the world. 20 Grand Slams, well done.
Maybe we can get Roger Federer on, that'd be good.
He's won something like $111 million in prize money alone. That's just prize money.
Yeah.
And, he's sponsored then by tens of millions of dollars a year.
Maybe I should take up tennis. Because I love the sport.
All right.
Okay, moving on.
Adrian, does it matter when I eat?
Not really.
Should I not eat after 7 o'clock?
Hell no. If you're hungry, you eat.
Okay.
If you're hungry, your body's saying to eat.
Yeah. This is another thing that you just see all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
I stopped eating at 7 o'clock.
Like those...
And I lost a whole heap of weight after, because I stopped eating after 7 o'clock. Why? Well, you most probably reduced your calories.
You didn't eat that cake at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Exactly right. And what time of the day is it that you really eat all your shit food? At night time.
When you get home from work, you want to de-stress, the first thing you want to do is get like a chocolate.
Exactly right. It's not like in the morning, you wake up in the morning and I'm going to have a Mars bar and a bowl of ice cream.
It'll make you feel terrible.
No. So, look, it doesn't matter when you eat. You don't have to stop eating at 9 o'clock or stop eating carbohydrates after 4
6
p.m.
I
hear all of these things, And a classic example is like when I went on the recon program, they gave me a diet. And all they told me on this diet was eat this much meat, eat this much chicken, eat this many eggs, eat this much carbohydrate rice, eat this much. And I said, all right, so how much do I have for meal one? And my coach Adam, he basically says, I don't care, you can eat all of that in meal one, but don't eat anything else for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So he just told me how you want to eat that up, how you want to break it up into how many meals you want to. I don't care if you eat it in 1 meal, 2 meal, 3 meal, 5 meal, or 6 meals. Just get that food in over the course of the day.
But then a lot of people are thinking, probably watching this, like, goes, oh, what about nutrient timing? it can be beneficial.
It can be beneficial.
But if you know exactly what you're doing,
Yeah.
I mean, and when people say I'm trying to trick my body, that annoys me.
If you've got this much protein to eat a day,
Yeah.
we'll split it up into these portions and have this much evenly throughout the day.
That's just the way to.
And your nutrient timing is going to work out that one of those meals is going to be around training.
Yeah.
I think people just, again, they complicate the simple things and make it too hard. You know.
Like I've started having like a pre-workout meal, so when I'm finished eating, like it's digested by the time I start, and then I can eat right after, and I feel good. It's been last 2 days and it works really well.
Yeah, I mean, I have my last meal of the night at 9:30 at night.
I bet my bottom dollar, you don't go to bed hungry.
No, but
No.
if I stopped eating at 6 o'clock, Jesus, I mean, by 8:30 I'm starving, and I wouldn't be able to sleep
Nah, the first thing I'm gonna do is go eat.
because I wake up starving.
Yeah.
That's meant to be a really good sign of metabolism, isn't it?
I wake up starving and go for my walk and then come and eat.
Yeah, so do I.
Here we go.
All right, that's it.
That was a good one.
That was really good. We had some good topics. And like I said, all of these topics were brought, either I saw them or someone asked them or in the shop or whatever.
It's just been 1 week.
If you've got anything, just bring it up with us and we'll see if we can answer it for you.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Don't forget, this weekend is Super Saturday.
Yep.
Super Saturday at Australian Muscle. All stores here at the gym, 15% off all regular priced products. And at the gym, the only time we now discount is on Super Saturdays.
Yeah.
So if you want an upfront membership, come see us.
Yeah.
We're 15% off yearly upfront
Yeah.
memberships.
$425 it works out to.
$425, so it saves you about $75.
It's a good saving. With
a good saving.
24 access as well. So.
Full 24-hour access. We've got some works going on at the gym again.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so our mate Stephen is painting the toilets. They'll be finished this week anyway.
Yep.
That's it. Check out our specials, which are online. AustralianMuscle.com.au. Come and see us in store here. We've got some great specials with certain stacks with t-shirts, giveaways, shakers. It's all happening.
Discount on my
Ari,
bars and cookies.
Ari will put up the little graphic for
Right
all
here.
our specials. It's already coming up right now as we're talking. That's it. I was excited to do this episode and it was good.
It was a good one. We got a lot of things out. It's going to be a good viewing and good listening. If you're
And listening,
to the
don't
podcast.
forget, yes, this episode is available on podcasts as well in iTunes. Just search Australian Muscle and also on Android.
Yep.
What's you do Android?
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Is that it for Android?
That's it.
That's it?
iTunes for
iTunes
Apple and
and
SoundCloud.
Yep.
Yep. Upvote, subscribe so we can get more listeners out there. Get it out there a little bit more.
Yeah. Leave a review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because that sort of gets us, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody says leave a review when it
Yeah.
comes to podcasts. I think something about the more reviews you do, you tend to move up.
You become
and
like a
people,
trending one.
Yeah, that's right. And people can find you easier. Cool. That's it. We'll catch you guys next week. Any questions, just comment below or send us a message via Facebook, on Instagram, etc. We will try to answer it for you. Cool. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.